So there is some legislation that has been passed in certain states, and there are more states that are adopting it now, that for small employers who may not offer a retirement plan at work, or if you happen to work for one of these employers, the state, the governing body, might be willing to, and in some states are already doing this, open up an automatic IRA distribution for you. So if you're getting a paycheck coming in, they automatically enroll you in IRA contribution. So an IRA gets opened up in your name, and out of every paycheck, funds start flowing into that to begin building. And as it stands right now, I think that there are, 13 U.S. states currently have this in place or some sort of equivalent. And 7 U.S. states are set to implement similar programs in the coming year. So this is something that has been around, I think, since 2017
is what we talked about in the content meeting.
And it's slowly getting some more steam. So maybe folks who have not been taking the initiative on their own are now going to have automatic contributions set up on their behalf so that they can start building wealth as well.
Yeah, and like you just saw in that stat, by the way, when we said 2017, I believe it was one state at that point. Mm-hmm. So this is slowly picking up steam. That's why I think we might be the first people that you hear about this, but you can quickly see how we got 13 states. We're adding 7 this year. One of our writers was sharing that there's 49 states that have actually taking up the mantle of that they will move forward with this auto IRA. I think it's a positive trend, is anything that can break people through the barrier of just doing something. That's right. And we actually put together a case study to show you how important it is. Remember, this whole empire is built upon a high school teacher telling me if I would just save $100 a month, I could be a millionaire. So it's I think it's great if we could pay it forward and everybody could kind of see the power of just small decisions.
Yeah, you may be thinking, well, this seems insignificant. Surely this wouldn't add up to a substantial sum of money. But it's amazing when you make small decisions and you let those small decisions compound over a long period of time, how significant the impact can be. So let's look at how powerful automation can be. Let's assume that you are a $40,000 a year worker. Your starting wage is $40,000 a year. And let's assume that you have a 2% annual wage increase. And you are participating or living in one of these municipalities that has the auto IRA feature. So you're auto-enrolled at 5%, and then every year your auto-enrollment contribution increases by 1% until you reach 10%. This is what's currently happening in Oregon right now, so that's how we base that. So you're going to start at 5%, and then every year it's going to increase by 1%. So we're going to assume that you are 30 years old, and that we're going to assume since you are 30, you can have a higher risk tolerance. So you're going to have a compound rate of return of 9%. So again, you're auto-enrolled, $40,000 a year, 5% increasing every year until it reaches 10%. Would you believe that just that beginning 5% contribution, just that auto-enrollment feature, if this is applied over your entire working career, this could lead to almost $1.2 million in just 35 years without this person purposefully making that decision, just having this happen and go on in the background.
Well, it's the whole thing is that the pebble rolling down the hill turns into the big snowball that actually the avalanche of your full financial independence. And nobody ever understands until you get 20 years in the future and you go, what was the small decision that actually changed my financial life so I live this financial decisions and all the things? And it usually is some little thing here. So if anything that the government can do to incentivize people just to start the process, I think it's a positive thing. But here's the good news. You don't have to wait for the government to do this.
I love
this. This is an education thing. Everybody in the audience, just small decisions can have a huge impact.
One of the comments in the chat said auto-enrollment is not for financial mutants. Right. And I kind of love that. You don't have to wait to be auto-enrolled. You can go do this yourself. You can go open up your IRA. You can participate in your 401k. You can open a brokerage account. You can control your behavior. And what's great is if you are young and you are just starting out, it does not take a lot. Even a little bit can have a huge impact.
Well, and remember, all these plans do allow an opt-out. So they're very noble in the fact that they're encouraging, but there's going to be some provisions where people can get out. The best thing, and I've always said this, that you can do for somebody is to educate them on the power of their army of dollars. So pay it forward. Let people know about you can do this. And that's why we even have a great illustration. If you go to moneyguy.com/resources, what can 1% more do for you? It's amazing. And that's why I would encourage you, if you haven't gone and looked at these resources that we're doing to try to motivate you as well as make you the best version of your financial self, you're missing out. So don't wait for the states to come in and save you. Tell your friends and family. If you have we're in graduation season right now. If you have any young person in your life that you're like, man, I wish I'd have known this. I wish I'd have found Brian and Bo back when I was 22 years of age. This is your opportunity to pay it forward.